Chapter 1. File opening. Evelyn. The city didn't just glow tonight, it throbbed. A sleek, sinful heartbeat kept time with my own as I stepped out of the cab and into the sharp bite of downtown air. Neon bled across wet pavement, streaking pink and electric blue over my borrowed dress like some prophetic warning. I didn't belong in this part of the city. I don't usually do this. I didn't usually pretend so hard it burned. But tonight wasn't built for my comfort. Tonight demanded sacrifice. A work function. Mandatory. Political. Suffocating. The kind of gathering where careers were made and destroyed depending on who saw you, who didn't, and who pretended not to. I had never belonged in rooms like this, no matter how convincingly I smiled. The ballroom swallowed me the moment I crossed the threshold. The chandelier above looked like a constellation trapped in glass. A frozen sky suspended by wealth, older than my bloodline. Light fractured across tailored suits, glittering gowns, and predatory grins. Laughter ricocheted off marble walls, silky and artificial. The air tasted like expensive perfume and inherited arrogance. People were born into thrones. I'd grown up clawing for the right to breathe. And then there was me. A dress I borrowed from a friend with worse morals. Heels that felt like medieval torture. A spine held together by sheer performance. My fingers tightened around a champagne flute I was sipping from. Liquid courage. My stomach groaned, but nerves had alchemized hunger into nausea. Every hors d'oeuvre on the passing trays looked like a still life instead of food. I made a polite, aimless loop around the ballroom, nodding at strangers, sidestepping ambitious interns, ducking the bored wives of executives who scanned the room like hunters searching for entertainment. The music thrummed low, a smooth jazz number that crawled under my skin instead of soothing anything. My shoulders stayed locked, my breath shallow. Finally, I reached the refreshment table and abandoned restraints. Second flute. Then another. The champagne went down bright and reckless, a poor substitute for courage. Dress clinging too tightly around my hips, the zipper threatening mutiny, heels biting my ankles. The smile I wore felt like a porcelain mask ready to crack. I snagged a cracker, nibbled automatically as I scanned the ground. And then I felt him. That gaze hit me first, hot, as if a hand was pressing between my shoulder blades. My heart stuttered violently before I even turned. Alexander Hunt. The name alone commanded silence in meeting rooms and shivers down corporate ladders. CEO. Power incarnate. The kind of man people orbited but never touched. The kind of man rumored to ruin lives with a single well-timed smile. He stood across the ballroom like he owned not just the company but gravity itself. Taller than anyone dared expect it. 6'8", shoulders broad, every movement precise. A midnight suit clung perfectly to a body that had learned to dominate. The faintest glint of gold in his hazel eyes caught the chandelier light shifting like liquid fire. I caught the curve of a scar on his wrist as he adjusted his cuff. Subtitle, but unmistakable. Another mark on his jaw hinted at a life that has demanded more than it gave. His dark hair was short, flawless, styled as though even a single strand could topple the balance of the room. And still, there was a tension to him, a coiled energy that screamed he wasn't to be tested. Our eyes met, and the world slid out from beneath me. His stare wasn't just intent, it was a calculation, a measurement, a claim. I felt it in my chest, sharp as a knife. Every breath I drew was no longer just mine. My fingers trembled around the champagne glass. Then I looked away because I had to. Because if I didn't, I might have drowned in him right there on the marble floor. And something in his gaze told me he would have let me. Chapter sealed. You weren't meant to hear that, because the archive remembers everything.